Now at 6, a new national study ranks a Webb City school as one of the best in Missouri. Plus, McDonald County High School students get out of the classroom and into the river.
And we're going to be looking at your winter forecast coming up.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
A study gives high marks to a Webb City school. This is KOAM News at 6. I'm Dow Quick. A report by U.S. News places Webb City Middle School in the Missouri top 50. KOAM's Anthony Saviello has more.
The Cardinals of Webb City are in the limelight once again as they have found a spot on the U.S. News Best Middle Schools list. Principal Jonathan Wingert has nothing but compliments for his teachers and knows exactly where to give the credit.
It's our teachers. Our teachers do a great job. We really try to build a collaborative culture here to where we can share ideas and work together as teams to do great things for our students. And we've made it a priority to make sure that we are looking at math and reading and writing and doing those things every single day and holding our students accountable, and our teachers do a great job of it. Teachers like Beth Bridges.
They're very smart. I think that it's not just the middle school that is to be credited for this. I think that as a district, we do a really good job. Like the kids, they come in a really good spot.
And Lori Smith.
When I get phone calls or emails from students or parents that say, this was the first time the kids felt successful in math. This was a turning point for them, was being here in the middle school.
Both of which contribute to Webb City's strong academic achievement. When it comes to the subject of math, 34% of students in Missouri score proficient or better. But Webb City Middle School has that beat, with 53% of students scoring proficient or better. In the subject of reading, the Missouri number is a little bit higher at 42%. But yet again, Webb City Middle School has that beat at 55%.
And our students, they just do a good job. They're here to work, and we're proud of them, and we're proud of the work they do every day.
Despite the humility shared by Principal Wingert and his fellow teachers, there's one thing that's clear. Webb City soars above the rest. Reporting in Webb City, Missouri, Anthony Saviello, KOAM News.
Now, according to U.S. News, schools are ranked on their performance on state-required tests, graduation rate, and how well they prepare their students for high school. The newest STEM class at McDonald County High School gets students out of the classrooms and onto the river. KOAM's Amber Jenkins has more.
For this class, a canoe is no different than a Chromebook in their English class.
Give them about 2 seconds and I will be. There we go.
This is the first year that students at McDonald County High School can take an outdoors class to learn about the world around them.
About 2 days a week in our classroom where we go over research papers to compare other research studies to ours. And then the other days we are out here on the river. We are in the canoes or just out here on the bank studying, looking, just wondering what we can do to make it better, to get better results. Don't hit Charity's ankles.
The students are looking for an invasive species of crayfish along the Indian Creek that's across the street from the high school.
Having one that's non-native can be pretty disruptive, and other locations around the country you've got crayfish that have moved in and have altered the ecosystem to a pretty significant degree.
It's a little chilly sometimes like today, but it's definitely worth it.
The outdoors class is using these traps to capture crayfish, but they're also capturing the minds of future researchers.
I want to be able to study and help the environment.
And I think there was some hesitation at first. It was kind of a new thing. Nobody really knew what was going on with it. And then as they've seen pictures that these kids have posted to social media and that I've posted on our Facebook, I think that's generated a lot of interest, and I'm hearing from a lot of kids that they're planning to take this class in the future. So,
whether it's setting traps, researching, or canoeing, Keith Jones says these are the elements of a hands-on STEM class.
Doesn't necessarily look like what a lot of people picture when they picture STEM, but this is definitely a STEM class.
Reporting in Anderson, Amber Jenkins, KOAM News.
The results from the last project the class worked on were showcased by the Missouri Department of Natural Resources. Yeah, it was a little chilly on the water, but overall, nice day. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy.
Yeah, not bad for us today. We had the sunshine, a little bit on the windy side, especially during the afternoon, but our temperature is warmer today compared to what we have seen over the past couple days. It looks good now, 50 in Joplin, 48 in Pittsburgh. Roads are dry. They're going to stay dry through the night. 50 in Fort Scott, Independence 54, 55 in Grove, Carthage at 48 degrees. But the winds starting to pick up. So those southerly winds increasing 5 to 10 to 15. These will continue to go up as we go through the overnight hours tonight. Wind advisory in effect starting tomorrow and then lasting till midnight Friday morning as those winds start to increase. But we stick with pretty much clear skies tonight. A couple little clouds are shooting through, but here's our next storm system. We're going to be talking a lot more about that all coming up here in just a little bit.
See you soon. Joplin City Council has a new temporary member. Anthony Monteleone is filling the council seat of Kate Spencer, who resigned last month. Monteleone previously served on the city council for 4 years. This position is short term. He'll only hold it until April 2nd, when voters will decide who will fill it for a full term. The council will officially swear Monteleone in at the next council meeting. That'll be on December 18th. Social work students at Pitt State today got a chance to showcase the results of some community-based projects. Faculty, staff, and other students dropped by to check out the displays, talk with the students. Professor Kristen Humphrey, director of the social work program at PSU, advised the students on their projects, which ranged from a resource fair for parents to an exhibit for older adults to give advice to young people.
To go out and visit the older generation and connect with them on the same level that they would connect with anybody else.
There are so many diverse experiences within mental health. It was just amazing to see, someone drew one thing and then it just meant something completely different than what I would have thought.
That showcase took place at Russ Hall on the campus of PSU. A little bit later in sports, John has details on an off-season softball signing for one area school.
Plus, we're going to be looking at your winter forecast coming up next. Well, of course, it is December again, so that means it's winter forecast time. We're going to look over what we could see as we go through the next 3 months. First off, let's look back at last year. We had only 2 Arctic blasts. Our average snow is 12 inches. We only got 6.75, and majority of that occurred out of one storm right before Christmas. So we did actually have a pretty good white Christmas last year. We just didn't see overall a lot of winter weather. All right, the chaos of forecasting. We're in an El Nino. We've been in a La Nina the past 3 years, so this is a switch. I like to pay attention to the Arctic oscillation, the NAO, the AO. That's what kind of lets us know how much Arctic air could we get during the winter. This all influences the pattern, the LRC. This is a pattern I've helped develop over the past 25 years. It is a unique pattern that sets up each and every September. So we're fairly new into the pattern. We've only gone through one cycle, but looking at that one cycle, we're going to project forward what I think we could see over the next 3 months. Here's our typical feature that we are seeing. Jet stream kicks out a couple little waves. These are weak to moderate waves. We don't get a lot of cold air. As we go through the winter months, we'll get a little bit of rain. We have one of these rolling through over the past couple of weeks, but we'll get a little bit of rain, maybe a little bit of snow, but 80% of this winter and pattern is kind of weak little features like this. Now, about 4 or 5 times over the next 3 months, we're going to see this feature set up. Big ridge, Pacific Northwest, big ridge, just north of New England. This is a blocking pattern. It allows those polar vortexes to come down. Subtropical jet allows stronger systems to drop in. And again, this will happen 4 or 5 times, but this will be our potential to get some stronger systems. Doesn't mean it will happen, but it's at least our potential. We'll see one of these setups right before Christmas. So we'll keep our fingers crossed on that. All right, so I do expect temperatures or precip to be just below average, which kind of stinks, but we're in the pattern. Temperatures I expect to be just above average, very similar to what we've seen over the past couple months. Snowfall near average. We average about 12 inches across the 4-state area. I do think we'll get 3 to 4 Arctic outbreaks, and I do think we should get at least one ice setup with those Arctic outbreaks. Heaviest snow by far this winter is going to be Dodge City, Wichita, Topeka, Kansas City. They're in a good stripe. The farther south and east you work, the snow starts to taper off. But Yates Center, Chanute, Iola, 12 to 16. Most of us 8 to 12, 4 to 8 in our southern counties. Of course, if we can get a storm system to come through, this could all change. So that's a look at your 2023-2024 winter forecast. We're going to have more news and weather coming up next. Well, of course, a little bit warmer for us today, which was nice to see. The winds kind of picked up during the afternoon hours, but overall, a pretty good day, pretty nice evening. It is breezy. We're looking at our Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex, Tower Cam, looking at downtown off toward the north and to the east. We will stay dry tonight, but those winds will really start to kick up. In fact, wind advisory in effect as we go, really starting tomorrow morning through the day and into tomorrow night, but across the region, expect winds to be gusting 35, upwards of 40 at times. The winds are breezy out there right now. We're getting gusts kind of in that 10 to 15 mile per hour range, but those are going to start to climb a bit as we go through the overnight hours. Look at our wind gusts tomorrow afternoon, kind of in that 40, maybe 42 mile per hour range. And they stay strong through the overnight hours tomorrow night. They'll start to back down a little bit by Friday, but still it's going to be pretty windy with those winds gusting 30 upwards to about 35. So you may want to bring the trash can in or secure a few things over the next 12 hours before those winds really start to get going. 46 Lamar, 50 in Monette, Welch at 52, Iola, Hair Cooler at 49. Let's go outside. Here's 7th. Here's Range Line. 50, southerly winds at about 10. Visibility looks pretty good. Through the evening, stay dry, we stay clear, slide back through the 40s. Not near as cold tonight. We'll stay in the lower 40s for overnight lows and pretty much clear skies. We've got a few clouds kind of sneaking into our northern counties, so we'll call it partly cloudy skies. Most of the central plains look pretty good. Here's our next storm system out across the Pacific Northwest. This will start to affect us by the time we head into Friday. This is going to drive in to the central plains as we go through the next couple days. In fact, let's go ahead and look at it, and you can see Thursday and then into Friday. Here's a problem for us to get rain. Look at the energy, it splits. So as this continues to kick out, it stays split across the central plains. That means a chunk of energy goes across Great Lakes. Then over the weekend, a chunk of energy slides just south of us. So the end result is not a lot of rain for us, but we are going to get a few showers. Let me walk you through time. Low to mid 40s tonight. In and out of the clouds, partly sunny skies, maybe mostly cloudy through the morning and then partly sunny during the afternoon. Lower 60s by noon, I think most of us 63, 64, 65 degrees. Tomorrow night, clouds thicken. As we go into Friday morning, light showers start to pop up, Kansas and Oklahoma. Light showers continue to pop up during the afternoon. Then as we get into Friday evening, maybe even a couple little thunderstorms, and then pushes east and gone. So any rain that we get is going to be fairly light and not extremely widespread. Day planner for you on your Thursday, 46 to start, 60 by noon, high temp right around 63 degrees, 61 on Friday with those showers. A lot of clouds Saturday, and we do cool down. We'll be dropping into the 30s during the afternoon, but our high will be 52, a high temp of only 46 on Sunday.
So there you have it. We have the 10-day forecast and we have the winter-long forecast. Yeah. I guess we don't need you again until about spring.
All right.
All right.
I'll take some time off.
See you in a few months. Thanks, Doug. Selhead, the Royals general manager, explains his frustration with the 2024 MLB draft lottery. And a Labette County softball standout makes her college commitment. John Dales has those stories and a lot more for us. It's coming up next. Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. Why Allen Community College in Kansas is switching to a 4-day week for classes next fall. Plus, the city of Miami, Oklahoma discusses plans for a new terminal at the Miami Regional Airport. And we look at the rise of AI technology in the doctor's office. Those stories, a lot more coming up tonight on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. Yes, Doug did give us his winter-long forecast already, but just so no one thinks I was serious, he is going to be sticking around and giving us forecasts in the meantime as well.
I will, and if you missed the winter forecast, we're going to do it again at 9 for us tonight. All right, weather-wise, a little breezy tonight. Not as chilly. We drop back into lower 40s, but 63 tomorrow.
Final sports note.
Another baseball note, Yadier Molina back with the Cardinals in a development role.
Wow. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you right back here at 10. Let's make it a great evening.